I'm sure you know or have met someone who's against vaccinating or believes it has bad health effects, but in reality, vaccinations are very important to children and everyone around them. The effects of a non-vaccinated child could be detrimental to everyone. It is also important to stop the spread of false information about vaccinations because there's a big problem in our community right now. I'll also talk about what would happen if large amounts of people didn't vaccinate and what it would do to our communities. The first vaccine discovered was a smallpox vaccine. Smallpox was a disease that killed 500 million people in the last century. Since the invention of vaccines, smallpox has almost been completely eradicated. Other diseases are also on the same path to being eradicated with smallpox because of advances in vaccines. A vaccine is a way of making your body immune to a disease without being completely exposed to its effects. Once your body has been vaccinated for a disease, it develops antibodies, which will fight off the disease once you come in contact with it. These antibodies stay in your body for the rest of your life, and if you come in contact with the disease, your antibodies will fight it off without you even knowing you have it. Although very effective vaccines do not have a 100% success rate. You can get more information about how vaccines work at familydoctor.org. Even though you are vaccinated, it does not mean you can't get the disease. Like I said, vaccines don't have a 100% success rate. There's a concept known as herd immunity, which will explain this more. This is basically what herd immunity is. So this concept, each person contributes to the health of the herd or the community. The more people who are vaccinated or immune, the less opportunities the disease has to spread. Having to survive by moving from host to host. The more people who are immune, the less chance the disease has to survive. That's like basically a picture of it. If you're not immune, the disease has more chances to spread. The more people that are immune, the less it'll spread throughout the community. The benefits of an almost completely vaccinated community is almost impossible for pathogens to spread throughout the community. If a large amount of people didn't vaccinate and the disease has more opportunities to spread, this would increase the exposure to vaccinated people, increasing the chances of the vaccine failing, causing an outbreak. You can learn more about how herd immunity works at historyofvaccines.org. There's been some confusions and misunderstandings about vaccines, but they are an important part of public health. They prevent the spread of contagious disease like measles, polio, mumps, chickenpox, whooping cough, and HPV. If the false information about vaccines continues to spread and lets people get vaccinated, then a lot of already cured and deadly or incapacitating diseases would torment our communities. There are also claims that vaccines cause autism, which are completely false. That's been proven wrong by multiple researchers. There was also the study that said the vaccines had a link to autism was investigated, and the lead researcher was paid almost $500,000 to say that there was a connection, even though it was false. There have been some other inconveniences with vaccine because of people not vaccinating, because of the spread of false information. There have been multiple outbreaks due to people not vaccinating, causing losses of limbs and death from already cured preventable diseases. You've probably heard of various outbreaks of diseases like measles or polio. These are already cured pathogens, but these outbreaks were caused by people who were not vaccinated spreading the disease. Since 2016, there have been 6,000 cases of just the mumps, which has already been cured. The CDC came out and announced that this was caused by unvaccinated people in close contact with even vaccinated people, causing the disease to spread to even vaccinated hosts. You can see the damage of these outbreaks yourself at the World Health Organization.international. These outbreaks and lead the spread of diseases could be stopped if we both stopped the spread of false information and kept up with vaccines as a community, because vaccines don't work unless everyone does them. If for some reason vaccines stopped being used because people continued to believe they were bad for your health, some of the first changes would be measles without vaccination would infect an estimated 80% of people. This would make severe fevers and rashes a common thing. People would be hospitalized, some would die, some would have lifelong injuries like blindness. If people stopped using vaccines, we would live in a world where all kinds of already cured diseases running rampant. People would be afraid of contact with other people, parents keeping their children from contact with other children. This was a reality in the United States in the 1950s. The polio vaccine had not been invented yet, and this is exactly what happened. Public pools were shut down and other facilities where people met. Kids were told to stay inside, and it was a very bad time. People died. A lot of people died for no reason because of vaccines. People who think vaccinating is wrong or unsafe are taking the protection modern medicine and vaccines gives us for granted. They give us the freedom to interact with people without the fear of getting a preventable disease. It is important to keep up with vaccinations and keep up with the news on what to look out for. It's also important to stop the spread of false information. People who don't believe in vaccines are living a lifestyle that could endanger people around them.